Has my resilience, and I'm resilient. I know I'm resilient. Like I kind of thrive now. I look at chaos and I look at every obstacle now. I'm just like going, gosh, okay, dadgummit, another one. But here we go. This is just a new challenge. There's just becomes this knowing that if I can pull myself up somehow and at least take a step forward, then that momentum is going to kick back in and I'm going to start running again. I don't know why for me it feels like I've needed to hit rock bottom so many times to be able to hit the ground running again, but there we go. I don't know if that's just to show me that it can be done. I don't know what it's like in other people's experience, but I do know that every one of us are way stronger than we think. I have so many people that I'm close to now, which is like a new thing for me. But I get to talk to all of these amazing people, and including the people that I'm closest to. And I hear what they go through every day, and I hear about their fight, and I hear about their struggle, and I hear them verbalize, just how stressed out and, like they're losing their minds. And then, but I'm watching their actions and I'm going, you may be saying something, but your actions are showing that you are absolutely prepared for this. Like you are showing me that you were created to overcome anything thrown in your way. But aren't we all? I don't believe for a second that any of the obstacles that come in our path, including the ones that we place there themselves, because, it's one thing to blame addiction for certain issues. Like, oh, I was a drug addict and now I have these mental health issues. And like, we're still responsible for our actions. Mental illness or not, addiction or not, we are still responsible for our actions. So sometimes we are the ones that dig our own graves. We're the ones that make things harder than they need to be. Guilty, 100% guilty of that. I've made things challenging beyond the need to be challenging. And yet at the same time, as hard as I've made things on myself over the years, I still find a way to overcome. Every one of us, like these obstacles that come in our path, as frustrated as we get, have you ever noticed that those obstacles, I know I just stopped what I was saying to say something else, but have you ever noticed how these obstacles that come in our path, like they never actually go anywhere? We can run from it. Like we can take the path and go, or I'm gonna avoid you. But then what happens is we end up facing it again anyway. As much as we try to run away, to get away from to get away from that giant, it still shows up in our path. But we can decide to face it. And then we face that giant, we face that obstacle, and that obstacle kicks our butt a little bit. But have you ever noticed that each time you get back up to face that giant, you make a little bit more progress in taking it out? That's resilience. That's where you build resilience. Refinement comes in resilience, comes through resilience. That's why this whole notion of this desire to be perfect and to show the world, like even that is one of the greatest deceptions of all, is to try to pretend that we're perfect. There's no refining in perfection. If we hit perfection, then what's the point of trying anything else? Like part of the joy in pursuing perfection is the failure. is the realizing that we can do better, because it gives us a reason to keep growing. Because then we realize there's more to overcome, there's more challenges to face. And for everything that we overcome, the bigger the next obstacle becomes. But then with that becomes a growing confidence that, okay, this is a big challenge, but I can overcome this too. And eventually the challenges become as amazing of an experience as the victories. The victories, if anything, nowadays feel more anticlimactic than the challenges. There comes this time in the journey of pursuing our purpose and being refined and building our resilience and building our strength. There comes this time where that feeling of, like, I think of like two giant swords. I've been watching Vikings way too much, but two swords, it's like, and like with each bam, each clash of the swords, just a little bit sharper, a little bit sharper, more on point, more focused, stronger.